test at St Mary's Stadium against high-flying Southampton. There was a return for Joe Tessem for the Saints, with Rory Delap suffering from a calf strain. At the back, Klaus Lundekvam recovered from a rib injury to replace Paul Williams. Veteran Francis Benali continued to deputise for Wayne Bridge, also out with a torn calf muscle. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer replaced Paul Scholes for United up front. Two changes at the back. John O'Shea and Mikael Silvestre returning for Wes Brown and Phil Neville respectively. United were inactive in the transfer window, but the Saints welcomed Danny Higginbotham, once of United, and David Prutton. Young men for the future. Commentary from Martin Tyler.
Andy Svensson. Typical neat footwork from him. Telfer going on the outside of Fernandez, who is left-footed. He's got a good record against Manchester United, both for Southampton and for Fulham when he was on loan there for Jean Tigana. Given against Silvestre here. Marsden. Well, it dropped over the defenders, and coming in was a Michael Svensson. Thinking he'd got to put plenty on the header. He put a bit too much on it. Silvestre, who loves that diagonal ball, and David Beckham loves receiving them. That's a brilliant pass. Off goes Gary Neville, and that's also exquisitely done. Van Nistelrooy, it's a great goal. Absolutely magnificent goal for Manchester United. It all started really when the ball was knocked out to Silvestre, who switched the point of attack magnificently. Look at this. Beckham played his part. Great movement by Gary Neville. They've got a wonderful understanding, those two. Now it's all about the cross, and that was perfect for Manchester United as well. And Ruud van Nistelrooy rounds off a really terrific team goal. Marsden completed a fight for that one. And Shea defended well. Put on by Giggs. Telfer can collect. Too high for BT, but Tessem might get there. He's looped it over Barthez and over the bar. And Barthez is very angry with the lack of a back line in front of him. Tessem got a cross in front of Rio Ferdinand to get a touch that could have brought Southampton level. Veron. Right close, and incidentally has come down to the touchline. Vantage point in the stand. Here the testing Solskjaer's cross, left by Veron. Giggs gets a second chance and scores with it. And they're 2 up at St Mary's, Manchester United. And we've not yet completed the first half of the first half. Steered with geometric precision by Beckham. Solskjaer's cross, Veron let it go. First attempt blocked by Giggs, second attempt, bottom corner. And Giggs, who specialises in away goals in the Premiership, gets another one. Svensson, that's brilliant. Anders Svensson passed her on. Fernandez. Tessem. Well, there have been several nearly moments for Southampton. We go into added time before half-time. This is another one of them for Joe Tessem. Van Nistelrooy. 20 minutes gone in the second half. Still 2-0 to Manchester United. Van Nistelrooy! Very nearly 3-0 to Manchester United. Turns so quickly. And he's got that voracious appetite for goals. with Van Nistelrooy. Michael Svensson trying to get there, and Van Nistelrooy really running it into Niemi in the end. He was head down, and that touch was the one that took him into the goalkeeper's terrain. Well, Paul Jones, for a long time the #1 Southampton goalkeeper, and he's back in action here. Well, Manchester United didn't have a midweek game, and they've looked the fresher of the two sides. Fernandez, worth a shot, parried by Carroll, and then it's not back to the goalkeeper. Gary Neville felt he was being pushed. This is a decent effort as Southampton have really mustered in the second half. The job has been done today, and mostly in the first half. Respect for Manchester United, they're second in the Premiership table again. They've beaten Southampton at St Mary's by 2-0.
Class will always be the difference. If you've got two teams trying as hard as each other, class will always make a difference, and we tried as hard as them. We put in as much running as them, and we tried to play when we had the opportunity to play. There's no doubt about that, but class will always succeed in the end, as long as you can match other people with the work rate.
I think every game now we realise that they're massive games, and especially with Europe coming around the corner, people are going to drop points. We've just got to concentrate on our own form and hope that we capitalise when Arsenal and the likes of Newcastle and the teams around us drop points.
Can Spurs overcome their Stamford Bridge jinx? That's after Steve Banyard's first goals roundup.
They enter the Stadium of Light to music from Romeo and Juliet. Not even Shakespeare could have scripted this comedy of errors. Sunderland 2 points off the bottom, the lowest scorers in the Premiership. Charlton mid-table, and with as many away wins as anyone. Howard Wilkinson had managed just 2 wins in 16 since replacing Peter Reid. The Black Cats are becoming ever more desperate to turn the corner. Stephen Wright had the final touch, although Mark Fish had the audacity to claim it despite 2 deflections. Hardly the best struck shot of all time either. First off Flo, then the heel of Wright. 1-0 to Charlton after 24 minutes. Just 5 minutes later, Jensen found Lisby. Parker picked out Powell. And a second own goal was conceded by Michael Proctor. Not even the most superstitious would have foretold the luck Charlton were getting whenever a Black Cat crossed their path. Howard Wilkinson's one of the most experienced managers in the business, but he'd never seen anything like this before. Charlton couldn't believe it, and neither could Michael Proctor. A personal nightmare for the 22-year-old, the corner missing everyone before going in off Proctor's back. A third own goal inside 8 minutes was just too much to bear for some, but it's not the first time there's been drama between these two. 5 years ago, they contested an epic playoff final that finished 4-4. Still no payback for Michael Gray, though, who missed the decisive spot kick that day. Blues for Sunderland at half-time, but to their credit, they persevered in the second half and got stronger. Ten minutes to go. Flo tripped, and a touch of fortune that for once favoured Sunderland. Kevin Phillips had vowed never to take another penalty after missing his last 4. And his determined show of bravery served notice to the rest of the Premiership that Sunderland intend to fight to the end, even if fate is against them.
That's probably Guinness Book of Records, isn't it? 3 own goals in one game. And probably typified the game in the sense that I didn't think we got anything today, luck-wise. They do say make your own luck, and I always say you make your own luck, but today I didn't think we got anything.
I think we're very unlucky to concede 3 own goals in a season. I think, you're unlucky, but 3 in 20 minutes, it's unbelievable.
Salva Ballesta, Pierre-Yves Andre and Florent Laville, Bolton's new arrivals. And Yuri Djorkaeff faced an old friend in Birmingham colours in Christophe Dugarry. But could the visitors move well clear of the relegation zone at Bolton's expense? Steve watched this one.
Here's Gardner against Kenner. Oh, and it's in on Cunningham. A dreadful mistake by the centre-back. Just his first game of 2003. He's only just back from a hamstring injury. Dugarry has all the tricks up his sleeve, the French World Cup winner. And he's played a great ball here for Lazaridis and Savage. And it's 1-1. Only his second goal in a Birmingham shirt. Both have come against Bolton. Sam Allardyce was fuming after the meeting at St Andrews in November when Ricardo Gardner was sent off for 2 yellow cards. And that's flicked on here for Djorkaeff. Chance for the Frenchman. The goalkeeper hasn't held it. And it's forced in by Henrik Pedersen. Question marks here about Ian Bennett's handling. The sale of Michael Ricketts only went through late last evening. There's Lazaridis for Morrison. Just shaved the top of the crossbar. Oh, well, look anxious. Up here as far as Jamie Clapham. Here's Clements. Great improvisation, and Morrison! It's 2-2. Twice they've been behind, twice they've fought back. But look at that pass, that little flicked effort from Clements. Such a crucial game at the foot of the table. Bolton just a point above the drop zone. That's a poor clearance though by Bennett. Okocha takes over from Mendy. Okocha. Djorkaeff! Yes! It could be priceless. Struck it first time and so sweetly. Time running out for Birmingham, and it's Bolton in possession here. Okocha letting fly off the post and facing. It's all over now. Okocha beating Bennett. Substitute Facey with a follow-up. Oh, look at the delight for Bolton.
The players have answered the critics from Tuesday night with a gutsy performance. Hard work it was for both sides, but we always kept our noses in front, and that was very important today.
I look at the overall chances and think myself, and I scratch my head and think, well, how have we conceded 4, you know? Well, we know how we've conceded 4. We've given individual and made mistakes in vital times, and unfortunately at this level, or any level, you can't do that. And we've punished today because with 6-7 minutes to go, a 2-each draw for us is
discussing a man